I'm going to be showing you exactly how to build this. 3 steps. It'll take about 20 minutes of your time to do this, maybe 30, and then you'll leave with a working LinkedIn hook factory. Let's go. This is my LinkedIn viral hook generator. This is my existing one. We're actually going to build another one to show you. And I built it to do one thing really well. That's how you should build Claude projects. And one thing it does really well is create scroll stopping LinkedIn hooks for your LinkedIn posts. You want people to stop scrolling and read your post so you can expand your network. But this is very different from using just ChatGPT to write you a hook. And I'm going to show you why. So first of all, we're going to put this prompt in here, why most entrepreneurs fail at delegation, and we're going to run this. All right, you can see here it is creating different kinds of hooks. So we have pattern interrupt hooks and 3 options: curiosity gap, contrarian take, specificity trigger, authority results based. So we have 12 hooks here that are an option. And we have this guide down here. It says maximum engagement, number 5 and number 9, the story and specificity combo. So that is the one that it's going to recommend for maximum engagement. For thought leadership, number 7 and 8, broad appeal 1 and 2, and provocative reach or a hot take, number 7. Based on what we want to do with our post, we have these options from our LinkedIn hook factory that will even tell us which ones are better for different things. So that's it. I went from blank to scroll stopping in just a few seconds. If you're watching this and thinking, that looks amazing, but I'm not building this myself, I don't have the technology skills, or I don't have the time to mess with this or learn Claude, it's okay, because that's what I do. I build these systems for executives and entrepreneurs. The link's in the description if you want me to build a custom LinkedIn hook factory for your business. But if you're a DIY kind of person like me and you want to build it yourself, stay tuned. Okay, so here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a Claude account. Free works, but paid is better. Even if you can upgrade to the $20 a month plan, that will make things better and give you more capacity in Claude. You're going to need about 20 or 30 minutes to set this up. That doesn't include creating a Claude account. And then you need access to my project factory. I've already built this in another video. You can take a look at that here, or you can check the description for a link. And it might be good to actually go build that project factory first and then come back, because you'll need it in this process. We have 3 steps to build this viral hook factory. The first one is we're going to research what makes hooks viral. And that's going to make this different from a ChatGPT prompt that you say, create me a LinkedIn hook, because we're going to go do deep research with Claude on what actually makes a great hook, what makes people stop scrolling in LinkedIn and pay attention. The second step is we're going to use that project factory I mentioned to create the instructions for Claude. These are going to create reusable instructions that you can then use in Claude and use this project over and over again. Then we're going to assemble the hook factory so you have a working project that can generate hooks for you from now on. Let's get started. I have a chat open here, nothing special. I just opened a new chat by clicking the orange button right over here, and I put in the prompt. The prompt is research what makes LinkedIn hooks go viral. I need 1, the psychology behind why people stop scrolling, curiosity gap, pattern interrupt, emotional triggers. 2, at least 8 or 10 distinct hook types, like a painful truth, contrarian take, specific number, question hook, etc. For each hook type, why it works, when to use it, and an example framework. Number 4, how to match each hook type to a specific topic. What makes certain hooks work better for certain subjects? Be specific and actionable. I'm using this to build an AI tool. I have research turned on. If you click right here, you can see research is turned on and web search is turned on. It needs both of those. I'm going to hit go, and this is going to take usually 10 to 15, 20 minutes, but I've had them go 30 plus minutes. It's going to do looking at the web, at resources related to what we asked for, and put together research that we can use in our project factory. Almost 9 minutes later, 269 sources for our research, the science of LinkedIn hooks that stops the scroll. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Physiological triggers, why people stop scrolling, the neuroscience of attention capture, pattern interrupt, force conscious processing, the 10 essential hook types. So this is really cool. And then a lot of different tables here, matching hook types to content. Yes, that's what we want. Good. Yeah, this is really good. What we want to do is click this copy button right there. And what that's going to do is copy the markdown. The next thing we're going to do, I want to make sure it's still copied on my clipboard, is we're going to go to our project factory. This is our project factory. So the project factory is a Claude project built to create other Claude projects. You give it research, then it gives you those perfect instructions you need to get repeatable results all the time. I have a whole video on linking this, as I mentioned earlier. You can check that out in the description. So I have my prompt in here, and then I'm going to paste, and it drops it right here. So that is that information we just copied from our research. This is our research. And then here's my prompt. One other thing I'm going to add to this, and this is totally optional. If you have some emails or posts you've written before that you'd like to include, you can drop those in here too. I have a humor style guide. I like dad jokes and corny jokes and sarcasm. If you have some other frameworks like this or writing examples, you can include them as well, and that will be incorporated into the instructions for the project. I'm going to paste that there. Please also incorporate my style. I'm going to turn off web search because we have all the research we want it to use. So we want it to use the research that we're providing and the prompt and my humor profile and create these instructions. I really don't want it going out to the web for more information. I'm going to hit that there. And this should run pretty quickly since we're not doing deep research. It's got all the information it needs. It's going to read all this and start generating our questions. So we've got here purpose and scope, role and perspective, structure, formatting. All right, so this is how those are going to be structured. Formatting rules, domain knowledge and priorities, hook type, credibility, fear loss, etc. Accuracy and depth, efficiency and flexibility. We have style and tone, tells how to write things. We have iteration and reuse because I want to use this over and over again with different hooks. Those are the instructions for our new Claude project that we're going to build for this LinkedIn hook generator. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to grab my text editor, open that and paste that there. All right, so we're on to step 3. Now we're going to build the actual Claude project. I'm in the projects page right here. Click on this folder to get there. All right, so we're going to create project. And then we're going to go here and include the instructions and the research right here. These are permanent instructions that are always going to live with this project and with every chat that you create. Now, if you have a chat that you want to include something additional, you would add it to the chat itself. So we're going to go here and put our instructions in. And here are our instructions. We clean up. There's usually some stuff on the top and bottom that we don't need. We'll select all and copy. I'm going to drop that right there. Then we're going to go back here and I'm going to go to my Science of LinkedIn hooks. I'm going to select all and copy that. And we're going to drop our research right in there. Then I'm going to save instructions. I'm going to go back to my humor profile. I do want to include the entire thing here. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to add that as an extra file. So one of the options I can do is add text content. That's going to be part of the project as well. Anything in the instructions is going to be used first, and then it's going to look at any attached files. So this is going to be a secondary resource for it. Okay, we're ready to test this, and we're going to see what it does for us. So I'm going to enter this prompt right here. Why most solopreneurs should hire before they feel ready. Let's see what kind of hooks we get here. This is a career-based advice with a contrarian edge. Perfect for hooks that create cognitive dissonance. Contrarian, fear loss, confession. It's using the psychology of what this post is going to be about with the kind of things that would trigger someone to stop scrolling. So a contrarian, feeling ready to hire. This is the worst hiring strategy. You're directly challenging the bootstrap everything until you're drowning mentality. That's good. Fear loss aversion is twice as hard as gain potential. That makes sense. Every month you delay hiring, you're paying a tax you can't see. Hook 3 is the confession vulnerability. Why this works. Nothing builds trust faster than admitting you made the exact mistake. And the hook is I waited 18 months too long to make my first hire. Hook number 4, curiosity. I hired my first contractor when I could barely afford it. Best business decision I ever made. Here's why too early is almost always the right time. Now, here's the reality. These all four are great hooks, and you could use these, maybe spread these out over a week or week and a half, and build different kinds of posts based on these hooks. I'm really happy with how this turned out and the results it's giving us. So 3 steps. We researched what makes hooks go viral. We used our project factory to build the instructions, and we assembled the project with our research and those instructions. Now you have an AI that analyzes your topic and recommends the best hook approaches and generates options in seconds, not random hooks, but strategic hooks for your post. Hooks are one step. The opening line gets them to stop scrolling, but then you need the full post. I built a companion to this, the LinkedIn Post Factory, that takes your hooks and builds out the entire post. 14 post formats. Same 3 process. Links in the description if you want that. You can click here to get to that video also. And if you're watching this thinking, I just want somebody to build this for me, that's exactly what I do. I build custom Claude projects for businesses. Your voice, your workflow, your content needs. There's a link in the description to book a call. Drop a comment. What is the first topic you're running through your hook factory? I'll see you next time.